Hi, everybody. Queen Crystal King in the building. It is about 4 o'clock in the morning, and it is the start of my birthday weekend. And I was going to make a live, but I decided to go ahead and do an upload. This is my first night in my new apartment. And it means a lot to me because it's a new beginning for me. My last apartment holds a lot of memories. Some good, some not so good. But for the most part, something very painful happened in that apartment. And it happened 5 years ago. And I want to share with you guys why this apartment is a new beginning for me. I got married, and toward the end of my marriage, my husband became a bilateral amputee, meaning that he lost both of his legs. And we moved from our 3-story home to an apartment that was easier for him because there were no stairs. And we lived here for quite a while. His health continued to decline, and on top of that, I was dealing with breast cancer. So I was trying to take care of myself with people who love me, and I was taking care of him at the same time. Toward the end, I was really excited because I ended up getting a clean bill of health after my surgery. And this one particular day, it was a great day. I can't even lie. It was a great day. And I had just rang the bell because I finished my radiation. I got my results back, and I was cancer-free. No more chemo, no more radiation. I could finally concentrate on getting my strength back and enjoy my life. So I went home with my best friend, and I told my husband, it's over. I'm cancer-free. No more chemo, no more radiation. It's official. So I wanted to celebrate. So I asked my husband, did he need anything? Because I was going to go and spend the night with my girlfriend. I got him everything he needed and a few things that he wanted. But of course, there was an Italian hoagie in there. It's always an Italian hoagie in there somewhere. So I said, are you okay? All right, I'm going over, and I'll see you tomorrow, right? I'll be back. Love you. And I left. I had such a peaceful sleep. I was like, oh, thank you, God. Thank you, God. I was just so grateful. You see, my mother's mother died as a direct result of breast cancer. My father's mother had cancer. And my sister's only child died at 15 years old from brain cancer. So it was a celebration for us that God spared my life. So I spent the night across the bridge. I'm in Philly. I went over Jersey. And it was such a peaceful sleep. Oh my God, I can't even describe it. I just wanted to be Crystal. I didn't want to be wife. I didn't want to be mom. I just wanted to be Crystal. So I woke up the next day. And my youngest son, he was on the phone screaming. He said, Mom, I think you better hurry up and get home. I think Papa's dead. I said, what? So I'm looking at my girlfriend and I'm like, no, this is not, no. And she said, yes, Crystal, it's true. I'm like, oh my God. I still didn't want to believe it. And when I got there, he was gone. I remember the spot. I remember walking over to him. I remember his head being ice cold, but his arms and his hands were warm, as if he were waiting for me. So I held him. And I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. And I know that in my heart that God removed me. I don't think I would have been able to handle that. So, in that apartment is where I lost my husband. And they told me they were going to move me. And they moved me 5 years later. 5 years later, I was diagnosed with ovarian cancer. I said, please, you guys got to move me. This is really bothering me mentally. I don't want to die here. I need a fresh start. There are memories here that they're just not good ones, and it's not helping me. And I went into a depression. Sometimes you could see it, sometimes you couldn't. But I lived there. Month to month, I'm thinking, they're going to move me. And I'm going to start over. So finally, I got the word that they were going to move me. And someone asked me a question. And they said, Crystal, what do you want? What do you really want? I said, I just want peace. I would be really happy one day, and then I would feel guilty because I felt like I wasn't supposed to be happy. I celebrate the day before, finishing all my treatments, being happy and just wanting to share it with the world that I'm finished. I made it. I made it through. And the next day my husband dies. So it was very hard for me to celebrate being breast cancer free, because the next day was so tragic for me. And I went through that for 5 years. So now I'm in my new apartment. I get to make new memories. But that doesn't mean that I didn't love that man with everything I had. Now don't get me wrong. many, 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 many nights, many, many days. I wanted to bust that man in the head to the white beat. I just didn't do it. But now, it's just me. And I'm okay with that. I'm going to allow myself to be happy because it's the start of my birthday weekend. And you know what I got for my birthday? That peace that God said He would give me with my new apartment. That was a hard 5 years. Walking past that spot, trying to move on as best I can, trying to have a relationship with someone who cares so deeply for me. But I didn't feel like I deserved to be happy. And I realized that. I didn't want to admit it, but it's true. Now my mindset has changed. I can finally exhale. This is the closure that I needed. And I can finally finish grieving the love of my life. So, I celebrate my first night in my place. And I have good memories as well as not so good memories of being Mrs. Kenneth King Jr. He gave me something that I'll take to the dirt, and that's his name. I'm Crystal King. I've been through a lot in my life, and I have no idea what's in store for me. But for right now, I want to thank God because He fulfilled His promise to me. He gave me a new start. The cancer is shrinking, and I'm about to look into surgery. And this is the beginning that I prayed for. Again, God kept His promise. And now, I claim peace. I love you, Ken. And I miss you every day. But I have to let you go now. You'll never leave my heart and my mind. And again, you gave me something that I'll take to the dirt. And that's your name. I gotta let you go now, babe. Goodbye, honey. I always love you, Pooh. I thank you guys for listening and allowing me to share why this moment is so special to me. Love, peace, and chicken grease.